Alright, good morning everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the first of two gameplay streams for Monday the 26th of July 2021. And welcome to what is the conclusion of my consecutive streaming week. This was a shorter week. This was only a 5-day streaming week. As of tomorrow, which is my day off for the week, as long as nothing changes... Oh, hold on a second. Excuse me. As long as nothing changes, which I'm hoping it doesn't, it looks like Kat's work schedule has finally fallen into something more consistent. It took many months for this to happen, but it looks like it is finally happening. In fact, her schedule is getting similar, at least the days she's working, to how it used to be. For almost 2 years, she was working a set schedule, and that allowed us to always have Tuesdays off as our day off of the week. And that worked out pretty well. Which is actually funny because for the longest time it would not have. Video games used to always historically come out on Tuesdays in the United States. I don't know why. Because Tuesday is like a normal day in the middle of the week. How does everyone have a chance to play something new on a Tuesday when you're at work or school usually, right? And in addition, the rest of the world usually got the games on Fridays, which makes more of sense because it's kind of the beginning of the weekend for so many people. So I never really understood why traditionally video games were coming out on a Tuesday all those years, right? That I used to go and line up at GameStop just like you guys to grab games physically on release day and all of that. But in the last 3 to 4 years, what we've seen is most video games now are starting to come out on Fridays. There are some exceptions. In fact, this week is an exception. Tomorrow is the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox Series X. So there's a perfect example right there of something that's not conforming. But most games are kind of getting worldwide releases now on a Friday. Alright? So that being said, it's not a big deal for me to have Tuesdays off, usually. And for almost 2 years... I was consistently having Tuesday as my day off. And by the way, it works out better for my wife and I because if we're going out on a Tuesday, there's way less people out. There's way less traffic. A lot of people are at school or work. So when you go to a restaurant or you go to a store, you know what I mean? It's not crowded. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't take us forever to drive around. That's good. It lets us do more stuff and have less stress on our day off. So we like that. We prefer that. But for the last few months... my wife has been shifting around between, different work positions, different shifts, and that has affected things where it hasn't been consistent what day I've been off. And I know that has led to some confusion on the streams of, when will Phil... Oops, hold on a second. That was loud. When will Phil be here? When will Phil be able to stream? What's going on when? And I hear you because the feedback's been, man, that's confusing. And hopefully as of now... if all continues to go according to plan as it seems like it will, it's looking like I will be consistently off on Tuesdays moving forward, okay? And the good news about that would be, with all the new games coming out shortly, in the next month particularly, August, there's probably 4 to 6 new games I'll be checking out. In September, there's probably 10 new games I'm checking out. Like, no exaggeration, it's going to be incredibly busy these next few months. I get the feeling we're going to see a lot of people coming to the streams who have not been around because they say, oh, the summer's been pretty dead, but now that Phil's playing new releases, I'll swing by and start watching the streams again. Likely we're going to see attendance jump. Likely we're going to see memberships jump. And with that growth, obviously consistency is going to be key. People are going to want to know, what days is Phil here? What days is he not here? So we can plan accordingly, you see? So, I hope to bring you a more consistent schedule starting this week. Okay? Chasing Cinema Essay says one of the biggest causes why media is still being released on Tuesday is that the SoundScan sales data measures the number of weekly sales starting on a Tuesday through the following Monday. That's stupid. That's dumb. Media release timing should not be based on how sales data is measured. It should be based on availability of media and when people can actually enjoy it, right? That would be like saying movies get released on a Tuesday in the theaters, But they don't. Movies typically get released on Thursday night into Friday because that's the weekend. But, but the sales data gets measured on Tuesday, so we'll release our new movies on Tuesday. Why? Most people are at school or work. They can't go to the movies. You see? So why do games do the same thing? That's really weird. And if that is the case, that's a stupid reason, in my opinion. Seriously. Why do the data measurements dictate the release date of the data? Or, excuse me, the data measurement dictates the release of the media? No. The media should dictate the release of the measurements. You see? It's kind of backwards. That's ass backwards, in my opinion. Anyway, thank you for that information. So that being said, that's the deal. Now, Tsunami Carl says, well, is there a reason why Kat's day off will be the same going forward? Yeah, because now she's basically, let me put it this way. Kat was kind of doing the same thing for a couple of years. She got tired of it. She wanted to do something different. Ever since she started at that job, she wanted to do something different. The opportunity didn't arise until maybe about 4 months ago. And then finally she jumped on the opportunity when it happened. But that led to her being shifted around several different positions, stores, and she basically was told one thing and then it never happened. I don't want to go into the personal stuff behind the scenes. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to get too much into it. But essentially now, after many chaotic months, all right, it seems like now things are finally going to settle down, where she's going to have a consistent work schedule every week. And because she will, that means I can have a consistent work schedule every week. You see, I'm flexible. I can have any day off I want because I make my own schedule. But I want to actually, obviously, have the same day off as my wife so we can spend the day together. It would be pretty stupid if I have a day off and she's at work, right? So that's the deal. And hopefully it works out. You know, we're hoping that things stay the way they are now, especially now because we're going to be heading into the busy gaming season, the holidays coming up in a couple of months, right? And you want to be able to have consistency during that time period, okay? So, for now, starting this week, Tuesdays off, I'll let you know week by week if that's going to stay the same or if it's going to change. Likely it will stay the same from what we're seeing, which is a good thing. Again, it all depends on if promises are kept. That's really what it is. If the promises are kept, then we'll be good. But you can't always guarantee that people will keep their word on this in this life. Sadly. Okay? And that's correct. Tsunami Carl says, hopefully you can avoid taking days off on weekends. I would absolutely love to avoid taking days off on weekends. I know that usually more people can actually attend my stuff on the weekends because they're off from school or work. They want to watch streams. They're bored. They want something to do to entertain them. I want to be here for you guys on the weekends if I can. It sucks when I have a day off on the weekend because not only am I missing out on entertaining you on a day when you're available, but in addition, it's busier out there. I don't like going out on a weekend. There's too many people. It's too much work. You know, too much traffic, waiting everywhere you go. It's frustrating. Okay. Okay. I'm drinking nice lemon lime seltzer water today. How is Jasper at DSPGaming? He's good. He's hanging out with Kat today. Kat is home today because this is her new schedule. So her new schedule is she should be off early in the week. Like she should always have like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or a combination of those days off, and then she basically will work all weekend. So that's what the schedule will be. Like the first few days of the week, I'll kind of be in here by myself streaming, and then starting when I get back from my break. Well, actually, I take that back because actually it'll be Thursday when she's back to work this week, and therefore Jasper will be joining us like for weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He'll be able to come in here and hang out with us. Okay? So there you go. Do we have plans for the day off tomorrow? I mean, yeah, we got a lot to do. When you only have one day off a week to do everything, that day ends up being jam-packed with stuff. Grocery shopping, running errands, getting supplies for Jasper and or other supplies for the house when we run out of things and you can't just get everything at the grocery store. Appointments. Like I have an important appointment tomorrow. So all these different things that all have to be crammed. And then I try to eat out with my wife as well. You know, we try to at least go out once a week to have a dinner out together so we're not cooking every day. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Should be a good day, I feel. Okay. So, sorry, my throat is annoying me today. Okay. So all that being said, folks, welcome to the stream. Let us talk about today's stream. Today's the continuation of Fallout New Vegas. Even though I played it yesterday, I know very well that you guys are liking this playthrough more than kind of anything else I'm doing right now. And because of that, I wanted to play more of it. And I'll also be honest, I just kind of wanted to end the week on a good note, a high note, with a stream that people are really going to attend and enjoy. You know, I could have played Zelda today, and I would have been okay with that, but Zelda definitely has not been getting nearly the amount of attention that my Fallout streams are getting, likely because it's an older game that does not have that same nostalgia factor. Most people say that Skyward Sword is one of the weaker Zelda games, while everyone says Fallout New Vegas is essentially the best Fallout game there is. Every time we play this game, Fallout, I end up doing something random, something interesting. You get silliness and uniqueness to the game engine. The wonkiness is funny. You never know what's going to happen. You can just wander around and stumble upon so much content. It's fun. Every time I play Fallout, it's just silly and fun, you know? And it's a very chill experience, too. We get to interact a lot, have fun conversation. I really like that about the Fallout streams. So, definitely looking forward to today, playing more Fallout. Where are we? Well, we have finished the Dead Money DLC, which is a good thing. We're now back into the main campaign of the game, and after, yes, ladies and gentlemen, 60 hours of me playing this game, I am now checking out the strip. 60 hours into Fallout New Vegas, I'm finally checking out the strip. We've gone onto the strip. I think what today we will do, we're going to go to the medical facility and see what upgrades I can get. I think we're going to go to the Lucky 38 finally. Maybe we'll go to the Tops finally, advance the plot a little bit. There's other things to do, like we can do Ultra Lux. We can do other things if we want. We don't have to do all of it. We can actually go talk to the Kings and do some of the questing for the Kings as well. Or we can go talk to the Van Graffs, which we haven't yet. Like, there's many things to do on the strip that could essentially occupy us for days. I mean that. Like, this, just the strip alone could end up being like a week to 2 weeks of streams, because that's where a lot of the content of the game is focused. So, let's see what happens today. Okay? Let's just chill. Let's just have some good times together. We'll interact. We'll have some fun conversation. We'll see what quests pop up, you know, for us. And go from there. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? It's a good plan. It's a fun plan. I'm excited for this. Later tonight, the late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time will be the end game, the beginning of the end, for Danganronpa V3. It's the final class trial, the grand finale of the game, where everything's going to be discovered, the questions will be answered, who is the mastermind? We need to find out, and we're going to find out sooner rather than later, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. So, all that being said, I am excited, very excited for Danganronpa tonight. If you followed the entire playthrough, which, yes, 60 hours. That playthrough also has been 60 hours. I'm very excited for the you know, nearing the conclusion here tonight, okay? Okay. Tomorrow I'm off. So tomorrow I will not be here. I hope that you all have a safe and fun day tomorrow, no matter what it is you end up doing. If you would like to get caught up on all the things that I've been doing recently, you can check them out right here on demand on DSPGaming. The videos are all live for your viewing pleasure, all nice and neatly tucked into playlists in order for you to watch, if that is what you want to do. If not, I wish you happiness and fun with whatever you do tomorrow, okay? When I return on Wednesday, it's going to be the continuation of the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, and at this point, we're going to hit the halfway point of the game. We've beaten the first 3 dungeons. I believe this is a major turning point in the story, if I remember correctly. And then the game kind of changes a little bit, and you end up heading into different areas with new abilities. So you go back to backtrack, and you end up doing different stuff in each area. So that'll be exciting, okay? Wednesday night is a new game premiere. So, later tonight, tonight, or late tonight, well, I can't speak. Let's try this again. The late stream on Wednesday is the premiere of Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox Series X. It is the first major game release I am playing on my Xbox Series X. Okay? I don't know how to play it. What I'm hoping is that there's a casualized mode, because admittedly, I don't want to learn how to fly a plane. What I want to do is just kind of relax, and maybe, you know, we'll talk a little bit together about where we want to go and see if the game could just allow us to kind of like fly over and see stuff and just kind of chill. That's really what I want out of Flight Simulator. I want it to be a chill stream game. I don't want it to be, oh, I need to sit there and fiddle with 400 fucking knobs and sticks and fuck around. I just want to get into the sky and fly over cool places and see what it looks like. Okay? I want to go to all the major cities. I want to go to all the major locations. I want to fly over beautiful, you know, monuments, mountains. I want to go over everything. I want to see what everything looks like from the sky. And that's chill fun to me, because we'll be able to talk and interact while I do it. Okay? So I hope it works out. I hope it ends up being... excuse me. I hope it ends up being something that is something that's going to add to the variety of my streams, and it's something that we're maybe going to want to do consistently. I'm not saying we're going to do it all the time, but maybe like once a week, right? So we'll see on Wednesday. I have no idea what it's going to be like, but I'm curious to see what it will be like. Okay? Yes, ooh is correct. That was absolutely disgusting. Some mornings I wake up and I feel good, and some I wake up and I'm gunked up. Today's kind of in between. I'm kind of gunked in the throat. My sinuses feel okay today, but my throat is like gunked up today. Yuck. Okay. So anyway, Microsoft Flight Simulator, not fight, Microsoft Fight Simulator. It's like a fighting game. No, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Wednesday night. Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Very important day. Why? Because Thursday, July 29th, is the return of Ask the King. Ask the King is my bi-monthly Q&A show where you guys ask questions and I answer them live in a concentrated setting. And what I mean by that is I answer your questions all the time, right? Every stream I have is an interactive stream. Many times we sit down and we have fun discussion during said streams, and that's perfectly fine. But Ask the King is a show absolutely dedicated to giving in-depth, complicated, and well-thought-out answers to your questions. So that way, you get the kind of answers you're looking for rather than me just kind of glossing over a question and getting onto the gameplay of a game or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So, I urge you strongly, if you have not yet, please post up your questions for Ask the King on my forums on thekingofhate.com. You can do so by either typing !Ask the King into the stream chat right now, or you can wait, and about every 15 minutes the command will auto-post here in the chat for you to click and go over there. The more questions I get for the show, the better the show is. And I'll be honest and transparent with all of you, I've been questioning for almost a year now, does the show need to continue to exist? Because I answer your questions live every day. Every time I pose that question, I get a bunch of people who respond and say, no, you absolutely need to keep the show going. It's one of your longest running shows. We absolutely love the fact that you keep doing it. Please keep it up. Okay, fine, I will, but please keep posting up your questions. I need to have enough good questions to maintain that show. Okay? So please do, if you have not yet, and I certainly hope that you will post up on the forums. Now, the thing is, the day of, I also accept questions on my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, and also live on that stream if we have time after answering all the pre-posted questions. If there's extra time, then I'll answer your questions live on the stream for the stream chat. But priority goes to those who post on the forums, which is why I really urge you to do so if you have not yet. Okay? Now, by the way, FYI, that show starts later than usual. As you know, my show, Ask the King, starts around 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. That way it gives me a little bit of extra time to sit down, review your questions, think of answers. I also have to do a special template for that show. Template is how you pronounce it. I need to get shout outs for those who pledge to my Patreon on that show. So there's a lot of extra work that goes into that show, and I need some extra time to do it, okay? But don't worry, it'll still be a 3+ hour fun Q&A stream, okay? Good. Now, Thursday night is going to be more Danganronpa V3, and that actually may be the conclusion of the game. It really depends on how long it takes me to get through the final class trial. Some people are saying if you steamroll through it, you can beat it in like 3 to 4 hours, and others are like, nah, we know Phil's pacing. He's going to be thinking about the mystery. He's going to be talking it out with the viewers. He'll probably take another stream on top of Thursday night to beat the game. And if that's the case, That's okay. We are in the end game now, and we're probably going to beat it this week. I can't imagine we don't beat it this week. Okay? Friday, I will return to Fallout New Vegas as the main gameplay stream, so we're going to have a hiatus from it during the course of the week until Friday after today. And then Friday night is my weekly throwback session of Street Fighter fun, 2 hours of old school Street Fighter gameplay. Over the course of the weekend, we will have a balance between Skyward Sword and Fallout. The night streams will consist of the conclusion of Danganronpa V3, the continuation of Mass Effect 3, and for those who were not here yesterday, I have a big update in regards to Mass Effect 3, so listen up, everyone. That was the wrong button. I meant to say, listen up, everyone. We're going to finish Mass Effect 3 too. I don't know if we're going to finish it this weekend, but we're very close. Because I actually had the opportunity to finish the Citadel DLC last night, which means the only content remaining in Mass Effect 3 is the end game content. The final, I believe what happens is you start working for the Asari because of the whole game they haven't helped you. And now I think you start helping them, and then they help you, and then there's the big push to save Earth, and then there's the finale. So if I'm remembering correctly, maybe 5 more hours in the game. So that, you know what I'm saying, like another 2 to 3 night streams and we're done with it. So likely, I'll do 1 to 2 streams of Mass Effect 3 on the late streams over the course of this coming weekend, and maybe we'll beat that too. Now, here's the good news about all of that. Once Danganronpa V3 and Mass Effect 3 are done, I'm going to do a special nighttime stream. On that stream, we're going to determine what games on Microsoft Game Pass I'll be playing in a marathon setting the first week of August. When we do that, we're going to do that fun marathon, and that marathon will actually determine what games will become the night streams moving forward. Just an example of some of the games I'm interested in. The Medium. Grounded. Maybe Microsoft Flight Simulator, maybe not. Some of the games that I marked, there was like 10 games that I marked for download but didn't download yet. The Halo Master Chief Collection. Okay? Potential for good stuff here coming up on Game Pass. But I need to have time to look into it and set up that marathon and then have night streams that are freed up. So that's why we're making this push this week to finish both Danganronpa and Mass Effect 3. So all that's coming. Game Pass is coming. I'm very excited to do Game Pass stuff. It hit me by surprise because when I got this Xbox Series X out of nowhere, I was in the midst of so many projects that I didn't really have time to really do anything with it yet. But finally now, the month of August is the month where things are going to happen with Game Pass. It's going to be an exciting month, okay? You know, let alone the fact that there's going to be new releases in August as well. Games such as, well, I'm going to check out Hades. I don't know if necessarily I'm going to play the whole game, but I'm definitely going to at least check it out. 12 Minutes, that incredibly unique game that's kind of a Groundhog Day murder mystery scenario. I can't wait to play that one. Psychonauts 2. There's going to be the expansion for Ghost of Tsushima called Ghost of Ikishima, Iki Island. There's going to be Kena Bridge of Spirits, a PS5 exclusive. So there's a lot of great stuff coming out in August that I'm going to be very excited to play, in addition to doing Game Pass stuff, you see? So good stuff coming up, man. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for all of that. By the way, yes, I will also be doing a new edition of Feasting with the King, my brand new show where I have a full meal with you guys during that marathon of Game Pass stuff that's coming up in early August. So keep thinking about kinds of cuisine you would like to see me try during that special event. All right. Right now, the things that are coming to mind for me would be Sonic fast food restaurants, or Filipino cuisine, or Thai cuisine. Those are the 3 that are coming to mind initially. But maybe, or you know what? Mexican as well. Because I like Mexican food, but I certainly have not tried every kind of Mexican fare. And there are many good Mexican restaurants in my area that I could order from too. So really, it's a combination of you know, what kind of cuisine is interesting to you guys, and what would you like to see me order from. We'll talk more about this in the next few weeks, okay? No, Tsunami Carl, there are no Russian restaurants in my area. This area of the United States, Pacific Northwest, is highly concentrated Asian population. So think different Asian countries. Indian, which I just tried, but you know, Taiwanese, Filipino, Japanese, that kind of stuff. Very heavy influence here. Vietnamese, Mexican is huge here, and actually Mediterranean. There's a few Mediterranean restaurants that are quite good around here too. But like I said, there's American fare too. There's Sonic restaurants, there's Five Guys, the Habit Burger Grill, American style stuff too. So, all right. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today, if you're enjoying the stream, you're digging the chill vibes, you're having a good time, and you want to contribute to support the stream to make sure that I can keep doing this, there's many ways that you can be supportive of my streams. You can become a channel member here, and if you do that and join the channel, you get many benefits, including getting a highlighted name in the chat, not having to abide by the slow mode rules of the chat, excuse me, getting a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been an ongoing supporter. And in addition to all of that, you get access to all of my emotes. For, every 25 members, we unlock a new one. If we hit 225, we'll actually get a new emote for everyone. We're currently at 215. We keep fluctuating. It keeps going up and down and up and down. Right now, we're still around 215. That does not mean that we may not get up to 225 today. All right, so please consider joining and becoming a member if you haven't yet. You could also do a super chat or super sticker. Those are perfectly valid ways to contribute. Or you could tip me. If you tip me live during the stream, I will give you a shout out as well as those other methods. But if you tip me, it helps me a little bit more because those are funds that I can use right away for important things. Considering that tomorrow's my day off, any funds you contribute today will directly help me tomorrow. Grocery shopping, a meal with my wife, errands and stuff we have to run during the day, etc. Okay? We have reward tiers in effect for tipping. If we raise $50 in tips on today's stream, I'll put on my Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, there's a poll for a vest, and today's vests are as follows: the gold vest, the red vest, the blue vest, and the denim vest. Those are the 4 vests that are eligible on today's stream to be worn. All right? And then if we raise the total tips goal of $150, I'll put on my cowboy hat as well. It would be very great if we could hit the tips goal today. That would help me a lot for tomorrow, so please consider contributing. It is not necessary that you do. It is not mandatory that you do. I am not asking anyone to go beyond their means. I am just saying that if you like the content, you want to support it and see it continue to go, this is my main source of income. All right? I don't have a partnership with anyone. I don't have a sponsorship. I don't shill product. I'm just here to entertain you and chill and hang out with you. In turn, you guys continue to support my effort to do so, and I really, really appreciate that, okay? Alrighty then. Tsunami Carl, no, I have not looked into any hats yet. Tsunami Carl, what he's bringing up is recently the idea came up that instead of always wearing the cowboy hat for the $150 tips goal, that I have other kinds of hats that I can, like, alternate between. I really like that idea, but I need to see what's available. I've had a day off yet. So maybe tomorrow when my wife and I are out, if we go to any stores that have clothing, I'll look around and see, gee, what kind of hats are available? There's a baseball cap or a different kind of hat that would be available I could wear. That'd be something different rather than just the cowboy hat. Because the truth of the matter is, the cowboy hat's nice, but the cowboy hat is supposed to be like Ask the King and a rarity. Yet if I'm wearing it every stream, then it's not a rarity anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's special when I only do it for certain things. Now I'm doing it every stream. So having a variety of stuff to alternate between is a better idea. Much like if I only had one vest, right? It probably would have gotten, boring a long time ago. So. Oh my God, Tsunami Carl says, it would be cool if you're going to eat Mexican food on Feasting with the King, wear a sombrero. Oh my God. A ginormous sombrero with dangly tassels as I eat Mexican food. Of course. That's totally not culturally insensitive and inappropriate in any way. Wow. Wow. Okay. Can we get some variety for the glasses goal too, says Daddy. Well, that's something maybe long term. The way I see it is, what else would I put on? I don't want to wear sunglasses indoors playing games. That would hinder my experience. What else am I going to wear, That's something we'll think about long term. I think hats make more sense. So, anyway. All right. So that's the deal, guys. Please consider contributing. Thank you in advance to anyone who does. It'd be awesome and tremendous if anyone does contribute in any way. I appreciate that so much. And again, it would help me out a ton if you tipped me today. Even though I do appreciate all other contributions, I'm certainly not looking to give towards the mouth. And by the way, I think this month of July was really good when it came to things like super chats and stuff. I'm going to check on it soon. But I'm pretty certain that we had a really good month when it came to other kinds of contributions outside of tips. And I'm really appreciative of that because that's going to long-term help me out. It is. It's going to allow me to have consistency and get back to where I was like when I was streaming on Twitch, you see? So thank you for that, guys. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's see here. Anything else? Any other housekeeping stuff before we get to shout-outs? Not really. And by the way, again, there's really no game news to talk about today. I was looking around and not really. Nothing really going on in the realm of game news. Apparently, there's supposed to be an event coming up that's going to discuss some games coming up on Sony consoles. Like, remember that game Stray, where you play as a cat? In the future, all the humans are dead, and the only creatures on Earth are animals and robots, and the robots are all run by, like, AIs. And so there's a cat that is actually a crime scene investigator that goes around investigating when robots murder other robots, and it's a murder mystery game. It seems incredibly unique, and I'm very excited for this because obviously there's a cute cat in it, but also just the premise of the game sounds fun, something different. And there's supposed to be an update about that game, I think, by the end of this week. So I'm excited for new news, but there's no news right now. Okay? All right. So let's get the shout-outs. Let's just get the shout-outs. Let's start off with YouTube contributions today. People who contributed particularly through YouTube itself. So we start off with... Oh, that's not updated. Hold on. Oh, wait. Yes, it is. Wow. Dude, this laptop is good. I am very... So some people are wondering, gee, Phil, how's your new laptop working out? It is working out splendidly. Everything loads instantly. Everything updates properly. I don't have to sit here and reload. And it's just smooth as shit. It's really improving the quality of my streams, in my opinion, because I don't have to have any wasted time. Okay? So, YouTube contributions. Soul Potato 07 became a channel member this morning. So that actually means that we increased by one member. We should be at 216 this morning. Thank you very much, Soul Potato. We got a super chat from Team Ico Gamer, who says, if you plan on flying commercial passenger planes, I suggest getting a yoke system. Otherwise, any flight stick or HOTAS would do for smaller planes. Okay, I don't know any of that, and I don't have a flight stick, and I'm not buying any accessories for this game. The only reason I'm playing Flight Simulator is because it's free under Game Pass. So I'm not investing in this game. I'm not buying any accessories or peripherals for this game. Maybe if I play it and it's so good, it's such a fun, chill experience, we decide this is something I want to do long term, and we're like, man, once a week I would love to do a flight sim stream, then maybe I would look to investing into some equipment for it. But I'm not doing anything like that initially till we play it at least a couple times to see if I like it or not, and if you like it, you know. Okay. I just like how people keep saying this. They're like, man, you got to get a flight stick and stuff. Like, a flight stick? I've never had a flight stick in my life. Seriously, I've never owned one. My uncle, who introduced me to video games, used to be heavily into that stuff. He had flight sticks and stuff to play, flight sim games on his PC back in the day, but I never had that. Barely Legal did a $5 super chat and says, sombrero with a tassel, denim overalls, and a chewing on a toothpick, please. What? What is that a reference to? I have absolutely no idea. But thank you, Barely Legal, for the super chat. I don't know what you're talking about. But no, I will not be wearing overalls and chewing on a toothpick. That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so that is it so far for the YouTube contributions. Now we jump over to tips. And the first tipper of today is Drink Like There's No Tomorrow, who tipped $5. It says, I just caught up with the playthrough from yesterday. Reminder, if you're looking for side quest locations, I noticed that you actually missed a whole side quest within Vault 21. Or if you need help triggering follower quests, you can find them in my email. Yes, and I have your email. It is right here, ready to go if I want to reference it. The way I like to approach a game like this is let me go around and find what I can find and investigate on what I can investigate. And if people suggest something live on the fly during the playthrough, great. But if I skip something, that's okay. But eventually what I will do, likely here's what I will do. I'll play it, at its own pace, doing as much as I discover, etc. Okay? Once we finally get to, say, nearing the end game, which we're not even close to the end game, alright? We got so much more stuff to do in the main game, plus we got 2 more DLCs before we ever even... I would even assume, and I'm not exaggerating here, we're probably going to be playing Fallout for quite some time, especially because when new releases come out, those are going to take priority. Fallout might end up being just like once a week. And I would guess, this is my guess, that this playthrough will be 120 hours. Right now, we're over 60. I'm guessing it's going to be 120 hours or more. I'm serious about that. Because there's that much content in the game. So, when we get near the end of the game, and it's like, okay, this is the finale, this is when you finish it, then what I will likely do is go back and check out your email and say, okay, what did we do on this list and what didn't we do on this list? And take a look and say, oh man, maybe we didn't do a bunch of the follower questing. Let's do that. Oh, look at this interesting quest I missed when we were in this part of the game. And essentially at the very end of the game, we could have like a final wrap-up session or two where we go through and do the odds and ends that I missed out on before we finish the game. Okay? So, that's what I'm feeling. People are liking this playthrough so much, I don't see why I shouldn't really take my time and do a completionist style run of the game. I just don't see why. I don't want to use a guide every moment I'm playing it, but at the same time, I also don't want to miss out on meaningful stuff, you see? So that's what we're going to do. That's how I'm approaching it for now. Thank you for the tip. Rob is here today. He tipped me $10, and he says, in case some of you be reminding, Phil is not a robot. In any major occupation, breaks are like legal requirements. That is correct, and I'm assuming the reason Rob is bringing this up is because yesterday we had a conversation during the Fallout stream about taking breaks and how when I take my break during the stream, sadly, we do lose a lot of viewership. And then we had a suggestion from a particular stream viewer who will remain anonymous for now about, gee, why don't I just not take a break and instead extend my stream, but maybe end it a little bit earlier? To which then I had to actually explain to people the premise of a break. I guess some people had never heard of it before. So we had a big discussion about that yesterday. Okay? So thank you very much, Rob, for the $10 tip. Team Ico Gamer tipped me $1.30. He says, bro, I'm black and I wouldn't mind if you wore a dashiki while enjoying some African cuisine. Is cool, my man. What is a dashiki? Is that hat that's very colorful and has a lot of like geometric designs and things on it? I don't know what it's called. I mean, that might be what it is, if that's what you're referencing. I would not be wearing a dashiki. I'm not a Democrat in Congress, so I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't culturally appropriate you. Anyway, sorry, that's a political joke. Anyway, thank you for the tip, Team Ico Gamer. Snow Carl tipped $1.30. He said, I want to say no matter how many trolls fuck with you, and your fans try to demean your streams, you can't forget you have thousands of people who watch your content every day and bring meaning to our lives. That's all that matters. I don't think I'm bringing meaning to everyone's life. That's going a little too far. What I would say is people tell me all the time that they appreciate the fact that I put a smile on their face, that I have a fun and meaningful conversation, and they can actually chill and learn stuff by watching my streams, and that they basically can relax and unplug from all the stresses of their real lives when they come to my streams. That was a major thing about last year when COVID was rampant and everything was fucked up. A lot of people came to my streams just to unplug and chill, and they really appreciated that I was as consistent as I was during all of that stuff going on. Okay? Excuse me. So, no, I'm not bringing meaning to everyone's life. That's absolutely ridiculous. Am I entertaining people and making people feel better who maybe are down on their luck or just having a bad time? People tell me all the time that I do. So, thank you, Snowcrawl, for the support. And let's not go crazy, but at the same time, I'm glad to hear that my streams do have meaning for people. Okay? If you guys keep spamming the tip command, I'm going to spam the timeout command and time everyone out who's doing the tip command spam. So, let this be your one and only warning. Lou has tipped $10, and he says, have you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite? Yes. Yes. I've seen it. That's all you asked, so I just answered as matter-of-factly as possible. Choco Boko tipped me $5, says, hey, Phil, you're gonna believe it. I got my uncle into your streams. He can't game anymore, but he enjoys your Mass Effect streams. He's going to contribute once in a while, calling himself Uncle Boko. How cool is that? I mean, that is cool. Listen, gaming is for people of all ages. Seriously. Just like movies, just like TV, all the kinds of stuff. And any entertainment medium is for all ages. No one should feel that any kind of medium is only for one classification of people, one culture, one age range. That's absolutely ridiculous. Now, of course, different people have different limitations, and if your uncle's on the older side and he feels like he doesn't have the hand-eye coordination to game anymore, welcome to the streams, and you know, I'm happy to hear that he wants to come by and watch me do some certain stuff, you know. What sucks is that we're at the end of Mass Effect 3, so he's basically only going to be able to see me play it for a few more streams, and that's the end of that. But maybe something else will catch his eye, you know. Alright, good stuff. So, thank you, Chocoboco, for the $5 tip. Some more YouTube contributions have come in. Let's see here. Oh, crap. I closed the browser. That stinks. I did not mean to do that. So hold on a second while I open Streamlabs again. I completely screwed up. Did not mean to do that at all. Here we are. Let me pop this out again. There it is. Okay, so... And that's the cool thing. I'm on a fast laptop. I could do this on the fly very quickly. Without issue. So King... Wait a minute. No. Barely Legal did another super chat. $5 says Asia is beating us to Africa. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means. But thank you for the super chat. And King King Wolf did a $1.99 super chat and says that Pokemon MOBA is insane. I can't believe it's pay to win. Is it really pay to win? That sucks if that's the case. King Wolf. Let's get that up here. I've never heard of a MOBA that's pay to win. Like, I know that there's characters that they release, you know, for long-term profit. You buy a season pass, you get a bunch of characters or whatever. But I never heard of it being pay to win. So are you saying that without paying money to buy certain units or components that there's just no way to win competitively? If so, that's terrible. Like, traditionally, there are paid-for elements, but it's supposed to be that you can win even if you don't. You know what I'm saying? If you don't sink a ton of money into it. Wow, Squidman says, no, it's definitely pay to win. Damn, that sucks. I'm actually, you know what, I'll be honest with you, then I'm kind of happy that I'm not interested in it. Because if I was, and oh, wait a minute, Fruits, I'm sorry, Fruits, I totally missed your super chat. That is totally 100% my fault. I take the blame for it. Fruits did do a super chat, and he said that basically YouTube is buffering for him, and he doesn't know why. I don't know why it would be buffering for you. From what I've been told, YouTube actually buffers way less for most people than when I used to stream on Twitch. Okay? On Twitch, it takes up way more bandwidth to watch the streams. So on YouTube, with less bandwidth use, and also on YouTube, you get many different quality options that you don't get on Twitch. So people like the YouTube streams better because of that. So, yeah, I don't know why you would be getting frequent buffering on the streams, because I'm not hearing that as a consistent thing from other people. Perhaps there is actually an issue with your internet connection or your equipment. I'm not sure. I'm just sorry to hear that, because I know you love the streams, man. Oh, wow. So, Snorlax says not pay to win, but pay to progress faster. Forgotten Nintendo says you can pay for items that are objectively better than the cheaper ones. Damn, that sucks. Squidman says, that's why I started watching your streams now, because Twitch always buffered for me, YouTube doesn't. Cool. I'm hearing that. You know what I'm also hearing? People who always watch the on-demand videos. They never bother going over to Twitch. They're YouTube viewers. And they're saying, now that you're streaming on YouTube, if you happen to be streaming at a time when I want to watch, I'll check out your live stream and see what's going on. They like that they have that option. If they catch me live, they can watch it live. If not, watch the video. It's all in one place. You know? I think long-term, this is going to work out. I really feel that way now. To all be in one place and everything. And by the way, having, like I said, having channel growth for the first time in years, actually having subscribers go up on this channel, we're going to get, when the hardcore gaming season hits and people want to talk on the streams, I'm going to see subs go giant. I get the feeling, hopefully by the end of this year, we can finally hit 200,000 subs. We've been stagnant with subscriptions for so long. To hit 200,000 is actually going to be a milestone for me. Okay? So I hope you guys have been enjoying the downtime summer stuff. Get ready for the action, because once the new games start hitting, things are going to pick up, man. They are. I'm feeling it. Ah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, anything else to talk about before we get started here? 672 says, literally the only thing Twitch has going for them is the gifted subs process, and the chat is a little better. I agree with you there. Fruits07 says, yeah, I watch Twitch sometimes. It does not buffer for me that much. YouTube buffers more than I can see, but who knows? That's so weird. How is your experience the opposite of most others? I wonder, now, don't dox yourself here, Fruits, but I'm wondering if it has something to do with where you're located in the world, because the way YouTube works, it's such a big website, they have regional servers, and depending on where you're located on the planet, you access the site from a different location, you see? And I know this for a fact because when I first started streaming on YouTube, one day I went to upload a video and it wouldn't work, and I posted it up on Twitter, and certain people were telling me, yes, it's the same for us, and others were like, oh, no, we're fine. And then come to find out, YouTube looked into it and confirmed that it was a regional server outage. So it could be the server you're on is having issues, but not everyone else, you see? Snorlax says, doesn't requiring a person to sub to the account in order to chat lessen the reward of hitting 200,000 subs? No, it doesn't at all. What that means is there's enough people who actually want to contribute to my streams that they're going to subscribe to the channel to be in the know about when the streams go live and also to be able to chat. It's a positive thing. I'm not forcing anyone to sub. You could very well come here and not sub, but then you just can't talk. All right? Oh my goodness, excuse me. Why do I have to break between pre-stream and gameplay? Because I have to use the bathroom. It's that simple. Every morning I usually have a breakfast. I've changed my schedule. I now have a breakfast now. I used to never eat breakfast. I started eating breakfast, and now I feel much better during the streams now that I do. So I have a breakfast, usually with a coffee. What happens is, as I sit here on pre-stream, it actually digests, and then I have to use the bathroom before I start playing. It's that simple. It's very simple. Nature calls. I'd much rather take that break that's like 10, 20 minutes long, use the bathroom, stretch my legs, and then get started so I could play 2 hours of consistent gameplay, rather than I start the stream and immediately have to take a shit. All right? That'd be bad. Imagine that. I just start. All right, let's get started. Oh, no. Bubble guts. See you guys in a few. That would be more annoying, wouldn't it? Ah, my nose is itching. Ah. Level Minded says, you're an inspiration for any upcoming streamer and content creator. Bubble guts. I gotta take a shit. What an inspiration. Very nice. There you go. What's for dinner tonight? Tonight, we're doing something different. My wife has decided to make an Asian-style dish. I think it's supposed to be kind of Taiwanese, but I'm not sure. It's going to be marinated chicken with cashew nuts and a special sauce. All right? Stirred in with a mix of frozen vegetables. We're going to cook those up in like a stir-fry pan, and we're going to have that over rice noodles. My wife has never made rice noodles before, but we bought some rice noodles we're going to try out. So it's a very different style dish. Never had it before. We're going to see if it's any good. Good shit. Yes, it is Asian style with chicken custom. That's correct. Custom chicken. Custom Asian chicken. Custom. Custom made. Tailored to your tastes. Delicious cashew nuts. Tasty chicken pieces. Frozen variety of veggies. I think it's like water chestnuts, carrots, broccoli, snap peas, snow peas, and peppers. And I think onions too. I think it's all those different veggies in this mix that we got. Is the chicken made of corn syrup? Yes. 100% corn syrup formed to look like chicken. That's correct. Gabe says, is there anywhere I post pictures of my dinners? No, there is not. You got to be here. Sorry. Yeah, seems Thai style. Yes, rice noodles and cashews are two very common ingredients in Thai cuisine. So I believe this is a Thai style dish. Yes. Fruzo7 says it's only sometimes that it buffers. That again makes me feel like it's a regional server issue. Because if the regional server's having issues, you'll have it all day, you know, and then they'll fix the issue or whatever. And then it won't buffer anymore, you see? I really feel it's a regional server issue for you. I think we figured it out. Where are we feasting tomorrow? I have no idea. Because we actually have a few interesting things we have to do tomorrow. I have a particular appointment and stuff. And so that's going to make it so that our schedule is not as flexible as usual. So I don't know what we're going to do or where we're going to eat or anything. I have no clue. It's completely open. Anis Azil says, I never heard you complain about food. That's a good thing that you're not a picky eater. When I was young, I was picky. When I was a younger guy, I was very picky. And now I've actually opened my horizons. I've now made it so that I want to try different cuisines. I want to try a variety of foods. Since I have been pleasantly surprised way more often than I've been disappointed. So. I understand that Taiwan and Thailand are different. No, they're the same. Taiwan and Thailand are the same country. This is 100% correct. So it's not Taiwanese. Taiwanese means it's from Thailand. If you just say it's Thai, right? Then it's from wait. If it's Taiwanese, it's from Taiwan. If it's Thai, then it's from Thailand. That's what I meant to say. So I even confused myself with my own explanation of my error. I screwed up the explanation. I made a second error. So, Taiwan is Taiwanese food. Thai food is from Thailand. Got it. So if this is a Thai dish, it would have rice noodles and cashews. It would not be a Taiwanese dish because that's not Thai. This is all very confusing. These are Chinese islands? Okay. I'm so confused. I'm still confused right now. All right. Anything else, guys? Last chance. If anyone has anything to talk about, and then we're going to take the break. I'll use the restroom. You guys, I recommend you grab a drink or a snack. Use the restroom yourselves, whatever you need to do. We'll take about a 15-minute break. We'll come back with Fallout New Vegas action. Yes, Alien Boy, I agree with you. It's very messed up that KO Gaming got screwed over by YouTube's incompetence. I agree with you 100%. That was a channel that was on the rise, was getting tons of views on every video I put out on it. I took a small hiatus from it to work on games at the end of the year. I go back to use the channel and the whole thing's blacklisted. And I was like, fuck you too. Okay. Flybeast, Timmy did a $5 super chat and said, what's my thoughts on the Dead Space remake trailer? I didn't see it. I think I've seen little pictures and stills from it. I haven't watched the trailer. I like the idea of a remake and reimagining and reboot of Dead Space. I hope that they do a good job with it. But I have not seen the trailer. Okay. Michael Caine is looking forward to a new Vegas stream. Alright, guys, let's do it. Let's take a break. I shall return shortly with Fallout New Vegas fun for you guys. But I'll see you in a few. Alright, guys? Alright, thanks. See you in a few.